Alright, welcome back to more Wrath of the Righteous and our Skald playthrough. Well, I guess Battle Scion, technically. It's like I'm gonna check one thing before I get started. Alright, looks good. Oh man, she got long. Surprised I haven't fixed that yet.
By the goddess, Nevi, I'd almost lost all hope.
Everything's fine, Beth. I'm here. This here's a new friend. He rounded up those of us who survived the fall and led us up to the surface. Without him, we'd never have made it out. Let me introduce you to my wife, Arabeth Tirabade, head of the Eagle Watch.
Until the army arrives, I'm the temporary warden of Canabras. And you're just in time. As you can see, we're in the middle of a battle. And thank you for getting Anevia out of there.
Where are we?
The Grey Garrison. Until recently, it served as barracks for the Crusaders, but it's now been taken over by cultists.
What is the target of this battle?
When the demons attacked the city, their main target was the Ward Stone. I trust I don't have to explain to you what the Ward Stone is and how important it is to the Crusaders. We must retake it at any cost, or the fall of Canabras will be the beginning of the end of the Crusades, and with them, the rest of the world. I see that you had a difficult journey to the surface. You need to rest. But there's a lot riding on this battle. I have no right to command you, but I'm asking you to help us.
I have important information about the location of a cultist den.
Very good. Report to me in full when we get back to the Defender's Heart. It's our temporary headquarters. Right now, the most dangerous cultists are here. The ones occupying the Grey Garrison.
We met some mongrels who live beneath Canabras. This is land.
Most people in Canabras think that the children of the first Crusaders are simply a legend. Other people say that the day you emerge on the surface heralds the start of the end of the world. I'm not superstitious, but the situation is apocalyptic, all right. Having a living legend on our side can't hurt.
Come on, living legend? A walking folktale, maybe? I just need to make sure I don't turn into a running joke.
But what's the situation in the city?
The city's gone. Most of the defenders, including the Dragon Terendelev, fell in the first few hours.
Like the first few
The
seconds.
civilians either fled or died in the chaos. The place is overrun with cultists and demons.
Don't talk like that. Canabras hasn't fallen. Not while it still has defenders like you and me.
Sweet words don't change the grim truth.
No, she's right. Thank you, Knight. Until we no longer have the strength to hold a weapon, until Iomedae abandons us, we will fight for Canabras.
Hey, welcome, Gold Dragon. Tell me about the Ward Stone. Why is it so important? Even though earlier she said, I don't have to tell you.
The Ward Stones are a gift of Iomedae. Created personally by her herald, a mighty angel, and a general of the celestial armies. The Ward Stones keep the world wound from expanding. They stand along the border of the territory controlled by the demons, creating a barrier to keep them inside. The Canabras obelisk was the first to be placed. It is the key to the whole barrier. We cannot leave it in the hands of those monsters from the abyss.
How did the Ward Stone end up in the Grey Garrison?
The demons have long laid siege to Canabras, but this time, their lord Dascari appeared in the flesh. He ripped the ward stone from the ground and hurled it halfway across the city to here. I thought the stone was destroyed, but it seems all is not lost yet. Dascari has gone, but the ward stone is surrounded by a horde of those creatures. What are they going to do to it? Nothing good, that's for certain.
But how did he do that? He's a demon! The ward stone should have burned his filthy hide!
It should have. But what happened, happened. We don't know why.
Let's not waste any time. To battle.
That's the spirit. You, take a Navier to the rear. The rest of you with me.
Oh, that stupid locust. I'm not prepared for this. Oh.
Or Horgus.
Lord Horgus Gwyrm, forgive me. I did not realize we had civilians among us. My people will escort you somewhere safe. To the extent that anywhere in Canopus can be said to be safe right now.
That's right. Fighting spirit is the one thing that we've got plenty of. Actual fighting power, that's not so great. Fighting know-how, even worse. But fighting spirit, at least we're rich in that.
Hey, good evening, Kale Sledge. Skald is a top-tier class. One of the best, especially if you're leaning more heavily into the martial classes in your party, or if you have a lot of animal companions, which I'm striving for in this playthrough. But regardless, it's a top-tier class. I mean, I'd say it's slightly better than a bard.
For Iomedae! For the Queen! Kill the beast!
It's a great support class, a lot of buffing, and it can also play the caster or martial role pretty well as well.
What's on your mind? I wonder.
Together?
No mistakes.
Hey, Neurolancer. Going pretty well, I think. Well, so far.
Save the last one for me. I'll cut you wide
But that's always
open.
subject to change.
Take you into the fray.
You won't survive me.
The spirits demand your blood.
Let's try this way.
I am helpful, am I not?
Yeah. Remember, kids, peer pressure, not even once. And I'm not your buddy, pal, or your pal buddy.
They will break against our resolve.
Alright guys, head over this way, and try not to die on the way.
Endure this.
We have grease. I'll start moving over here and see if we can cast it.
The inheritor. Guide my blade.
Go for their hearts!
I'm pretty sure the fights like this are designed for you to have Marching Terror equipped.
I'll cut you wide open!
You try and fear all these guys. We'll go ahead and get rid of our grease so we can walk through it.
Make every strike count.
The spirits demand your blood!
The light take you!
You are today's sacrifice! Go for their hearts! I'll cut you wide open! The spirits demand your blood!
This was not part of the plan.
You are today's sacrifice!
Yeah, we're getting messed up pretty bad here.
This pain is excruciating.
Yeah, Grease
I'll watch your
plan
back.
kind of backfired.
Open your heart to me.
Magritium Turinos. Magritium Turinos. Magritium Turinos.
I am prepared.
I will help where I
You can
can.
trust me.
Ready for anything. Follow my lead.
Not too shabby. I mean, no one died at least, so. Gotta take the small victories.
As it should be.
Yeah, first, or the other F number.
What's this? Do we have guests? Just in time. The place is a bit of a mess, and I haven't even poured the blood into the goblets yet. Why don't you... Oh! What an unexpected surprise! Staunton, my little sweetheart. Long time no see. I've missed you so much. Have you missed me? Admit it, you missed me terribly.
To the party.
Mirago. You again, you wench!
You never know. Any of those other folks could be named Matt as well. I mean, not as their profile, but...
Minago, the one who... Be careful. She's one of the deadliest creatures in the whole demon horde. She was once responsible for a massacre in Canabras. She must be back to finish what she started.
Alright, so we play this character a little heroically. I mean, he is a Skald after all. So, yeah, he'll do a little taunting, but a lot of heroic stuff as well. I mean, we just started. There's still time to change that. Out of the way, beast.
That's not very nice. Staunton, my pet, haven't you told your new friends about me?
That wench? She's the one who led me astray. She's the reason my life has gone to the abyss. She's the reason why Dressen fell.
Oh my, like butter wouldn't melt. What I remember is how eagerly you would run to our trysts, how you begged to see me again, how you promised you'd do anything I asked. By your own free will, you said this. And now you claim that Dresden fell because of me. No, my dear. That was entirely your own doing.
I'll beat your lying lips into your filthy throat!
Now, Staunton, don't say things like that. Not about these lips, the ones you kissed so sweetly. Staunton, dearest, don't you love me anymore? Remember how good we were together? I was so hoping that we could patch things up.
Partially. This will be my first full Azata playthrough. My very first playthrough, I did Azata, but then I pivoted into the Legend Mythic path. So I never finished the Azata run.
I'll kill you!
Do not fear! Do not waver!
You won't survive me.
Go for their hearts!
This was not part of the plan.
Into the fray!
I'll cut you wide open!
No
I'm not doing
glory
super well.
without risk! The inheritor, guide my blade!
We're also being slowed down by all this junk. Not doing me any favors.
Call me again if you need to.
Thanks.
Congratulations. You made it all the way here. This is it. Your precious ward stone. But what are you planning to do now, I could kill you where you stand, but wouldn't it be nice if you could die in battle like heroes? No. I want you to die in despair, scrabbling around like rats in the blighted ruins of your city, blind and broken, your flesh scabbed and seeping, and every moment knowing precisely what was done to you.
Yes, I plan on multi-classing Sela, and most of my companions, I think. I haven't planned them all out, but not sure who I'd multi-class Camellia into. But yeah, Sela and Lan, as of right now, I'm gonna multi-class.
Sounds terrifying, except that's how we've been living for generations.
There isn't a soul that can resist the temptations of the abyss. Even a stone can be turned. I'm not joking. Your precious ward stone, weakened from the injury inflicted by Discari, has almost succumbed to my charms. Soon the whole barrier around the world wound, the gift of your useless goddess, will be a weapon of the abyss. Just a little more and boom. Every city with one of these eyesores stuck in the middle of it, from Canabras to Nerosian, will turn into smoking craters, and all the mortals into red sludge beneath our hooves. So you have a choice. Especially you, my pet. Kiss me on my dainty hoof. Pledge your loyalty to Baphomet. And when the world falls, its ruins shall be yours.
Who are you?
You've already forgotten me. You mortals have awfully short memories. Even shorter than your little lives. Staunton, sweetums. Don't you want to introduce me to your friends properly? No? Well, I'd better do it myself. I am Minago, Lily 2 and faithful servant of Baphomet, and leader of his armies. The city is mine now. I'm just starting to settle in, get things just how I like them. But once I'm finished, I promise you, the results will be simply to die for.
Yeah, she's not going to see the end of this playthrough either. It's hard to justify on an Azata run. I tried to my first run, but then after the second situation, just kind of had to rip off that band-aid.
And it was such a charming little place until you sullied it with your presence. It had such lovely boulevards, quiet and shaded. You took those away from me, and I shan't forgive you for that.
They've done much worse things than spoil the promenades. All the people they've killed.
Yes, of course, you're right. I grieve for the common folk as well.
What are you doing to the stone?
Well, quite what am I doing to it? Probably the same thing I did to many of your comrades. Sweetly and tenderly persuading it to abandon the mortals and join our side.
Prepare to fight to the death, demon! We won't let that happen.
Alright, shut your filthy mouth, scum.
Make me. One of the sweetest spoils of war is gloating over your broken and humiliated enemy. You want to deny me that pleasure?
Alright. Reveal the light of heaven. Your victory celebrations are a little premature, demon.
Hey, no eyes! Didn't you tell us that heaven had turned its back on us and no one would come to our aid?
Don't listen to her. The Fiend wants us all to lose, to lose all hope. She won't succeed.
I'm done with this shit! I only followed this hoofed menace because I thought the Crusaders had it, and there was no other way to protect my family. But now I see that there is hope. I won't bow before these heinous idols ever again. If they kill me, at least I'll die a decent death.
Yes! Return to our side, friends! Have courage! We will welcome you back, and heaven never abandoned you, no matter what this deceiver told you.
I don't know, I feel like it'd be hard to convince him to come back. I mean, Staunton's right here, and he is a terrible example of what happens to, well, traitors. Especially if they're manipulated by Minago.
Turncoat, I'll cut out your heart.
We'll see how tough you really are. We let you frighten us once, but it won't happen again.
Our victory is certain.
Endure this!
Alright, go get him, Arabeth.
The spirits demand your blood!
Into
This was not dead.
Ouch.
I'm tired of playing around now. You want to know what will happen when I'm done with the Ward Stone? Here's a little demonstration.
Yeah, we gotta motivate. You won't break us. We'll never give up.
We will never give up. We will not break. We will not run.
It would be a shame if you died without ever surrendering. But honestly, I'll be satisfied no matter what way you die.
All that buffing I was doing was for nothing. She zapped us with chain lightning and called it a day.
Praise Iomade, you woke up. Healing your wounds was easy, but you were unconscious for so long I was starting to worry we'd lost you.
What happened?
We couldn't stand up to the demoness. Her spells were too strong. It's all right. We'll handle it somehow. You blacked out, but Staunton and I managed to get you here to the Defender's Heart. It used to be a tavern, but now it's our headquarters. We're gathering our forces here, and we're preparing to strike back.
I found a cultist dispatch in the dungeons. It seems they're holed up in the Tower of Estrad.
Demons have been filling Canabras with their spies and infiltrators for a long time. Unfortunately, I don't have enough people to attack the place right now, at least not blindly. I'd be grateful if you snuck in there and scouted out the situation. But just scouting. Don't be a hero.
But what is the situation in the city?
Bad, but not hopeless. We're constantly getting news, and new sources of resistance keep springing up in the districts where everyone seemed to be dead. The survivors are gathering here. You should see them. Their faces, their eyes burning with determination. The city is destroyed, but our resistance is not broken. We will keep fighting.
What do you plan to do next?
You
Excuse
heard
me.
what the demons said. They're going to desecrate the Wardstone
Oh,
and
this
blow
time.
up the whole barrier
There's always
around
next
the
time.
World Wound. That would be an even worse disaster than the World Wound's expansion before the Second Crusade. Not only Canabras, but every city with a Wardstone will be destroyed, including the capital. We can't allow that no matter what. We will retake it, even destroy it if we must. Iomade's gift must not become a weapon of the Abyss.
Tell me about the Wardstone. Why is it so important for like the third time?
The Wardstones are a gift of Iomade. Created personally by her herald, a mighty angel, and a general of the Celestial
No,
Armies.
you always fail there.
The
It's the second
Wardstones
insult
keep the
on the
world
Great
wound
Garrison.
from expanding. They stand along the border of the territory controlled by the demons, creating a barrier to keep them inside. The Canabras obelisk was the first to be placed. It is the key to the whole barrier. We cannot leave it in the hands of those monsters from the Abyss.
Can I help you in any way?
First of all, we need to decide what to do with the stone once we get it. What I'm about to say is classified. A traveler came to the city recently. A blind elf calling himself the Storyteller. He insisted he be allowed to examine the Wardstone, and he raised the alarm when his study was finished. Even before the demon attack, he had found some damage or flaw in the stone. Prelate Hulrune dismissed his words as nonsense, borderline blasphemy. But between you and me, the prelate's opinion isn't worth much. I think the Storyteller knew what he was talking about. We could use his advice right now, if only we knew where he was. I remember the Storyteller spent a lot of time talking to Staunton, a dwarf from my unit. You saw him during the demon attack. The elf asked him about the history of the Crusades. Maybe the Storyteller told Staunton something about where we could find him if anything happened. There's another problem. After the attack, the demons began to gather their forces at the Grey Garrison. It'll be even harder to take them with a head-on assault. But I once heard soldiers talking about a secret entrance to the garrison. Trouble is, I have no idea where to look for it. While you explore the city, please keep your eyes open, in case you find something we can use. And one last thing. The Eagle Watch has lost a lot of soldiers recently. Some were killed, but others simply haven't been seen since the attack. In the chaos that is now Canabras, it's next to impossible to confirm anything for sure. One of the missing fighters is Janna Aldori, a new recruit in the Watch. She got along well with Sela, and she often went drinking with her. I honestly thought Sela and Janna had died together. But now Sela's returned with you, and there's no sign of Janna. If you learn anything of her whereabouts when you're out in the city, please report back.
See, I find it a little odd. She she's so concerned about just this one person. I mean, I understand she's concerned about all of them. But she names Jen Outdoor specifically because she's associated with Sela. But there's a ton of other new recruits she's probably, should be just as concerned about. I'm wondering if it's because she is an Outdoorie. That she has a name. Everything is clear.
May the goddess help you.
An important name.
We're still fighting, which means that Kenabra still hasn't fallen. If you come across any groups in the city that can fight, send them here to the Defender's Heart. We'll need every fighter we can muster for the final assault. Yes, one more thing. If you're in the area, check out this address. It's our house. Mine and Anevia's. Well, it was our house. If the building is still standing, open the hidden compartment in the kitchen. It's filled with supplies for a rainy day. You can take whatever you find. You have more need of it.
It's awfully generous. Hey, let's go ransack our home. We don't care. A bunch of goodies in here. So, Arcane Signet. Use Magic Missile 3 times per day. Not terrible. And Holy Signet. Use Bane 3 times. Yeah, 3 times per day. These gloves give you a +1 to attack. I thought there was something else. I think if you're mounted. This gives you +5 hit points. This gives you a Fire Breath attack. Has heroism with this cloak. Give it to her. These bracers are which ones? I don't recall. Oh, we did leave all of our loot behind. I forgot about that. Why is that active? Alright, well, let's level up real quick. So next level of Battle Scion, we get a feat, a Battle Prowess, and Battle Prowess. So Battle Prowess, whenever a Battle Scion would gain a Rage Power from the Skald's Rage Power ability at 3rd level and at every 3 Skald levels thereafter, she can instead choose to gain a Teamwork feat for which she meets the prerequisites. The Battle Scion can grant this feat to allies under the effect of Inspired Rage, as long as those allies also meet the prerequisites. But she must expend 3 rounds of Raging Song for each round in which she grants a Teamwork feat. So it's very circumstantial, but it's a decent way to give all of your animal companions and everything outflank. The same description as that. Our Persuasion is our bread and butter, and Athletics. I might go ahead and grab Weapon Focus. And I think Hand Axe. I don't have a Hand Axe yet. I think, Joran Vane sells one. Also consider doing Star Knife, but the damage is pathetic. It's 1d4. Yeah, I'm going to do Rage Powers. I'm not going to prioritize the Teamwork feats, especially this early on when I don't have that many uses of Inspire Rage. I can also do Warhammer. I think I'm going to just stick with the Hand Axe. These are the recommended ones. I'm not actually sure. As I'm going for a more Nordic aesthetic, I'm thinking Hand Axe is the way to go. Let's just lean into it. Screw it. They make up for my average BAB anyway. Yes, Reckless Stance is fantastic. The Barbarian can attack with Abandon at the expense of her defense. She gains a +1 bonus on attack rolls, but takes a -1 penalty to armor class. This bonus and penalty increase by 1 at 4th level and at every 4 levels thereafter. This is a stance rage power. Barbarian can't have more than one stance rage power active at a time. If she activates a stance rage power while another one is active, the current stance immediately ends. So the difference between these two is that lethal stance, well, one doesn't give you an armor class penalty. But it's also a competence bonus. Reckless stance is untyped, so it stacks with everything. Animal Fury is not bad either. It gives everybody an extra bite attack. Now, I'm not sure how that works if someone already has a bite attack. Do you get 2 bite attacks with that? Either way, Reckless Stance is worth it. We should take a -2 to our armor class penalty, because Inspired Rage already gives you a -1 penalty to armor class. Hey, Demon Ace. Yeah, I know the merchants identify stuff for you. I was just trying to test my knowledge. Yeah, Shadow Defenses got nerfed. As did Gravesinger. Yeah, we'll do Reckless Stance. Alright, then here, I'm thinking... I mean, more healing wouldn't hurt at this stage of the game. What's the most roleplay appropriate for a Skald? Unbreakable Heart? I don't normally like round per level spells. Well, specifically round per level buff spells. Or non-offensive buff spells. Like, I'm fine with like Righteous Might. I'm not a huge fan of like Unbreakable Heart. I could be attacking instead of casting this. Let us suppress the effect of confusion. So maybe we grab it? It's okay so far. I mean, we haven't gotten that far into the game yet. Let's go with Unbreakable Heart. It sounds like the most Skald-like spell to have. And I'm going for thematics, not necessarily for optimization. Alright, so now we grab the Hunter level for our buddy Lan. He's gonna go Tandem Executioner. I explained it last time, but I'll do it again. Now that he's... So he was a Hunter for the tribe. So it makes sense for him to be a Hunter archetype. I think Tandem Executioner makes a lot of sense. Because he's a monk also, so many hunters rely not on spells, but on rigorous training with their animal companion. It sounds very monk-like, and you see him training all the time as an idle animation. Also, now he's not forced to eat every animal that he hunts, because he's not struggling to survive in the caves beneath Canabris. He can befriend the animals he was once forced to hunt. So I think it's a very thematic choice. Again, I pick things based off roleplay, not necessarily off of optimization. Can't talk tonight. I apologize. So we go with this. Oh yeah, what do we get at level 1 for this class? So we get an animal companion. Unlike normal animals of its kind, an animal companion's hit dice, abilities, skills, and feats advance as the druid, or in this case hunter, advances in level. The character receives an animal companion from more than one source. Her effective druid levels stack for the purposes of determining the statistics and abilities of the companion. Most animal companions increase in size when their druid reaches 4th or 7th level, depending on the companion. Another good roleplay choice for Lan, I think, is the Sable Company Marine. But not for this playthrough. That is what I'm going to select in my current Paladin Let's Play, though. Alright, we also get weapon and armor proficiency. Hunter is proficient with all simple and martial weapons, and with light armor, medium armor, and shields except tower shields. You get Study Target. At first level, a Tandem Executioner gains the Slayer Study Target class feature. She uses her Hunter level as her effective Slayer level to determine the effects of Study Target. The Tandem Executioner shares the bonuses granted by her Study Target ability with her animal companion as long as it is within 60 feet of her. Animal Focus. At first level, the Hunter can grant an animal aspect to her animal companion. Unlike with the Hunter herself, there is no duration on the animal aspect applied to her animal companion. An aspect applied in this way remains in effect until the Hunter changes it. If the Hunter's animal companion is dead, the Hunter can apply her companion's animal focus to herself instead of her animal companion. Additionally, a hunter can take on the aspect of an animal as a swift action. He gets the same benefits as the current animal companion focus. The hunter can use this ability for a number of minutes per day equal to her level. This duration does not need to be consecutive, but must be spent in 1 minute increments. I think this also fits him as well, since he is technically half animal. Nature Sense, a hunter gains a +2 bonus on lore nature checks. And aversion to spellcasting. Tandem Executioners do not gain any spells or spellcasting ability, do not have a caster level, and cannot use spell trigger and spell completion magic items. It's fine with me. Athletics, mobility, perception, and lore nature. So usually, lore nature is like the one skill I usually don't have represented in my parties. So this is pretty useful. So we do Deadly Aim. We can also do Boon Companion. It's going to be 2 levels behind right now. So we won't get the full bang for our buck. But it might be okay. Yeah, but Divine Hunter I don't think fits Lan as well roleplay-wise. I mean, it's still a hunter, so you can still make an argument for it, but the Divine Hound itself, the description doesn't necessarily match what I'm looking for. So I take the description of the classes into account as well. Partially, not all the time. Like Sable Company Marine, I don't think Lan's going to go and join the Sable Company, but I think him being desperate to reach the surface and see the sun and the freedom that that entails makes sense with a flying mount. Should I grab Boon Companion this early, or should I wait? Because otherwise it's going to be a level 1 Animal Companion. Yeah, let's get. Maybe we have to grab it at some point anyway, right? So your bond with your animal companion is unusually close. The abilities of your animal companion are calculated as though your class were 4 levels higher. The maximum effective level equal to your character level. So I'm thinking, let's see, 18 levels of Tandem Executioner gives us Teamwork Feat. Yeah, I might just go pure Tandem Executioner. Alright, and the choices for him, I was thinking Hissing Centipede or the Monitor Lizard. I'm actually going to go Monitor Lizard. I think it's more thematic since he is half lizard himself. And I could see Lan taking this pet just for a sense of humor. Alright, so the Monitor Lizard starts as small, speed 30 feet, armor class +4 natural armor, attacks, bite 1d6 plus grabber. That is a massive description. Jeez Louise. Alright. Grabber. Whenever this creature hits an enemy with a melee attack, it also attempts a grapple maneuver check against its target. If the check is successful, both the target and the creature are grappled. Grappled characters cannot move, take a -2 penalty on all attack rolls, and a -4 penalty on dexterity-based checks. Do not make attacks of opportunity, excuse me. And whenever they cast a spell or use a spell-like ability, they must make a concentration check against a DC of 10 plus the spell's level, plus a grappler's CMB, or lose the spell. On the target, the grapple attempts to escape every round by making a successful athletics, mobility skill check, or strength check. The DC of this check is the grappler's CMD. While grappling the target, the grappler cannot take standard actions. Each round, the grappler makes a grapple maneuver check with a +5 circumstance bonus. On success, the target is pinned and takes damage equal to that of the grappler's attack with the highest damage dice. As a free action, the grappler can end the grapple for both themselves and the target. If the check fails, this ends the grapple for both the grappler and the target. So I'm glad it still does damage. I was concerned that that was not the case. I've never used a grapple in this game. Pinned characters suffer the following penalties. Characters suffer all the penalties for being grappled. Character loses their dexterity and dodge bonuses to armor class. Character cannot take standard actions. Character suffers a -4 penalty to armor class. This ability also gives the creature a +4 bonus on grapple maneuver checks. This is the ability scores: 13 strength, 17 dexterity, 12 constitution, 2 intelligence, so we need to put 1 point into that when it gets its first attribute point. 12 wisdom, and 6 charisma. A special quality, scent. A creature with this ability can detect unseen foes within a certain radius using a sense of smell, as if it had blind sense. I wonder if that's going to work on the Shadow Demon. So at 7th level, monitor lizard size becomes medium, and it gains +4 strength, -2 dexterity, +4 constitution, and +2 to its natural armor bonus to armor class, and poison, which is pretty useless because we can't give it the mythic feat to overcome poison immunity. So that's whatever. Very circumstantial. For 6 rounds, 1 dex damage. Yeah, doesn't matter. Lizard Rush. A monitor lizard gains a +2 bonus on all attack rolls made as part of a charge. At 7th level, the bonus increases to +4. That's really good. Alright, what kind of animal companion do I want to make it? I might go with the Bleeding Strike, the aggressor. So I'd like the Bulwark quite a bit, because you get barding for free. But Daredevil might make sense as well. I like the description. It kind of matches, I think, an animal companion that Land would like. Evasion makes sense. Combat mobility is pretty good, especially if he's charging the back line, so he can ignore, or has a chance to ignore, attacks of opportunity as he charges through. And evasion is just, it's a good ability in general. No, the centipede cannot be ridden. It actually has a specific descriptor on it. We'll go back. Well, can't go back to it now. We'll have to level up the lizard later. Alright, Camellia. I still want to get one more hex. So at least make her a spirit hunter to level 4. But this level up, she just gets a feat. Ability and trickery. I want to make her defensive, so we want medium armor focus. That's an extra. But the armor class bonus granted by any medium armor that you equip is increases by 1. Not read or talk today, I swear. Alright, in Sela. Yeah, I want to get Divine Health. And at least 1 Mercy. R of Courage is also fantastic. After this, I might start multi-classing her. Well, I want to get to Divine Bond first. I think I do. Let's get to Divine Bond first. And then I'll start multi-classing her. Regardless, she'll have 11 levels into Paladin for Mark of Justice. But I have a couple other classes I'll dip into. So this level up, she gets a feat. R of Courage. At 3rd level, a Paladin is immune to fear, magical or otherwise. Each ally within 10 feet of her gains a +4 morale bonus when saving throws against fear effects. This ability functions only while the Paladin is unconscious, not if she is unconscious or dead. Mercy, at 3rd level, and every 3 levels thereafter, a Paladin can select 1 Mercy. Each Mercy adds an effect to the Paladin's Lay on Hands ability. Whenever the Paladin uses Lay on Hands to heal damage to one target, the target also receives the additional effects from all of the Mercies possessed by the Paladin. At Divine Health, at 3rd level, Paladin is immune to all diseases, including supernatural and magical diseases, including mummy rot. Fantastic. Let's see. Perception, Knowledge World, and let's get mobility up to 3. Armor Focus, Heavy. So the armor class bonus granted by any heavy armor that you equip increases by 1. And I'm thinking... I mean, Fatigued is convenient. Let's go ahead and grab that. That's worried about Sickened or Shaken. Yeah, like Romnir said. Centipede is, I think it's the only one that can't be ridden at all, right? Oh yeah, I forgot about the Sovereign Dragon. Summons a tiny pet Sovereign Dragon. Sovereign Dragon's Great Wisdom provides +1 morale bonus on Knowledge World, Knowledge Arcana, Lore Nature, and Lore Religion checks. I would give it to land. Why not?
Focus on the goal.
Extended Meta Magic is pretty useful. Might be worth it actually for I don't have enough for that yet. Just for this first area. Let's go ahead and grab it. Got to name his lizard. We'll get around to it. Alright, quite the mouthful with land. Hey, thanks, Da Nabendu? Yeah, I'm trying to decide who's gonna get Bismuth this playthrough. So I get Ivu as a as an Azata. Ideally, I want every companion to have an animal companion, but again, it has to make sense for the multi-class. And some of them are much easier, like, you know, Socio gets an extra domain, so he gets an animal companion with the nature domain. I want a mammoth, but there's no companions I can really justify giving a mammoth to. Maybe Obrig, but he's one of the companions I'm not going to multi-class, because he's kind of an animal companion by himself.
That is not far.
I mean, he's not that bad of a conversationalist. And seeing all this dialogue, I'm like, man, I gotta read this all out loud for the Let's Play I'm doing. Oh boy.
I'll go ahead. I know the way. Follow my lead.
Alright. I'm blitzing through all that stuff. just to get through it because I've seen it all before. But I am trying to take the more role play options regardless.
As it should be.
I'm not talking to Airbeth yet until after I speak to Woljif, so I don't have to make that trip more than once. Ideally. Do I know? No. I know a little bit. I can't say. But I don't know what the actual projects are, no. Not privy to that information. Yeah, I thought the Rogue Trader was gonna be Starfinder.
That is not far.
Imagine my pleasant surprise. Alright, what's the order for this? I think it's this one for me. No, I think it's these two up and this one down, right? It's been a little while since I've done it. Alright. Let's try... Oh, this is supposed to be down. Yeah, I really enjoyed Rogue Trader.
I'll go ahead.
Looking forward to the expansions. I'm not going to start another Let's Play until all the expansions are out. Kind of like what I did with this game as well.
Hey, Chief! Hey, Dreamboat, come over here! I want to talk to you about something. Something really important.
I tend not to replay games as Let's Plays on the channel, but I make exceptions if there's enough content added. I think Outcat, when they do the Enhanced Edition, along with however many DLC they release, that's usually enough to justify a full Let's Play.
Quit bothering the decent people in here, Woljif, or I'll knock your teeth out!
What's it to you, Delvin Dum-Dum? You were told to guard me, and I'm not stopping you. But no one told me I had to shut my trap.
Who are you?
Woljif. Woljif Jefto. I deal in useful things. I can get you whatever you want. Anything. But there's just one problem.
What do you want from me?
I'll lay it out for you. Simple job, 30 minutes tops. We go someplace, talk to someone, and in return, whatever you want, I'll get it for you. Some extra rations? No problem. Armor, weapons, scrolls, you name it. It's as good as yours. If you need my help with something, whistle and I'll be there. I'm handy enough with knives too, and even my magic know-how isn't too shabby.
Hey, Audible Video. How do we know he's a criminal, Matthew? He could have locked himself in there to stay away from the criminals sitting around the table.
What a load of guff! If you were good at magic, you wouldn't be stuck in here now, would you?
Don't you listen to him, Chief. He'd find fault with the Queen herself. I'll be useful to have in battle, and I'll sell whatever you want at a reasonable price. It's your lucky day. You won't meet another gem like me in Canabras.
Why are you in chains?
Does it really matter? Don't get hung up on the past, Chief. Don't look to the future. Live in the here and now.
I've seen people say they have online. They just never checked the basement when they first showed up, and they never got around to exploring it. So, he just stayed down here undiscovered.
He was caught thieving.
Your shadow. What was that?
Get me out of here and I'll tell you. And don't worry, it's not contagious.
I can't help you while you're chained up here. How can I free you?
That's easy. You know Irabeth? Feisty looking gal, always wears armor. You can't miss her, she's the meanest fighter in the whole city. When you see her, put in a good word for me, will ya? Tell her there's this guy Woljif locked up for no good reason in the Defender's Heart. Well, for the follies of his youth. And he really wants to get out on bail so he can keep up his good behavior and make a contribution to society. You got that? Will you do it?
I think Woljif is... He's definitely one of my favorite companions in this game. Partially because of how many multi-class, like, roleplay multi-class options there are for him. Alright, I'll talk to Airbeth about your situation.
I knew I could count on you. Knew it the moment I laid eyes on you.
I really like turning roguish characters into fighters wearing heavy armor. So, like, turning him into an Eldritch Knight or just a fighter, you know, whichever, is just really fun for me. He could have stumbled and fallen into the chains, and then the clasps locked around his wrists. We don't know the full story. We'll talk later.
I know the way.
Let's go talk to Airbeth and recruit him real quick. I'm gonna make Woljif a blade bound in this playthrough. At least that's the current plan. Yeah, I feel like my character would be more intrigued in a brawl. He is the Skald after all.
Follow my lead.
Keyboard guy, and it is mechanical. You hear it pretty often in my Let's Plays and stuff. Hear me in here. Clicking away.
As it should be.
It's a nice metal one. But I think I got sent the wrong one when I ordered it, because it doesn't have a number pad. I mean, I've had it since like 2017.
Well, Chief,
whoops, didn't mean to
you
interrupt.
must be a smooth talker. Come on, Delvin, get these bracelets of yours off me. I'm going free.
So, I mean, I've adapted to not having a number pad. Don't like it. Make it a new one in the near future.
You're sure to regret this. This tiefling will fleece you for everything you've got. Mark my words.
I mean, this one, it's not too bad. It's not the most egregious mechanical keyboard I've used. I have another keyboard lying around as well. It's not mechanical, and hasn't come up yet, but I have it in case I play another first-person shooter, so I can mash my keys without the constant clicking. For you guys' sake, I enjoy it, but I know not everybody does.
You're a bitter little man, Delvin. Petty and mean. You can't even be happy for me, can ya? I pity you. I'll leave you alone with your sad little soul. So long. And now, Chief, straight down to business. You see, I'm one of those guys that people around here call thieflings. We just call ourselves the family. After we knocked over that shop and I got stuck here in the Defender's Heart, a little bird told me that Big Sister Charisme wanted to see me. That she had some questions to ask me. You following?
Actually, all the dialogue that my character says, he is singing it. I'm just not reciprocating it for copyright reasons.
Now, she won't be asking me questions like, Woljif, how'd you manage to get out of this one? Or, Woljif, you're so thin, didn't they feed you? No, something serious has gone down, and I just know they want to try to pin something on me. I can feel it in my tail. So, I knew right away that I couldn't go alone. You turned up just in time, Chief. You don't need to do anything when we get there. Just stand behind me and look mean, and I'll handle the rest. Somehow. Let's go. I'll show you the way.
Alright, so normally I don't like venturing too far off the path, trying to get to Blackwing Library and Tower of Estrad before the time limit. But it is important to do Woljif's quest early on so we can get Fidian.
That is not far.
Did I walk past him? I did. That's most folks talk to. Alright, Charisma Headband. Of course, my main character is going to get that. And, but I keep him alive. Oh, he starts at level 3. That's a little unfortunate. We get the sneak attack dice at least. So maybe I focus... I only need to get Blade Bound to level 11. So it gives us a little bit of wiggle room. I mean, I'll probably keep taking levels of Blade Bound after that. I might have a debilitating injury as well. Well, it's my my paladin. Donald the Paladin is always a human paladin. It's always been my self-insert character. So I'm not opposed to like Donald the Cavalier, but I did Don Quixote instead, since I planned on doing a Donald Paladin run at some point in this playthrough. It's kind of an homage to the Paladin I played through in Kingmaker.
I'll go ahead.
Now I'm thinking for my Hell Knight run, I'm going to do a Dwarf for the Hell Knight run. I haven't decided which classes I'm going to take yet. I was thinking about doing 10 levels of Stone Lord into 10 levels of Hell Knight. But I think Armiger is just a lot more flavorful.
Follow my lead.
But what I could do... 5 levels of Paladin, 5 levels of Tower Shield Specialist, so I don't take the penalty to attacks. And then 10 levels of Hell Knight. I keep theory crafting around Tower Shields. Especially with the Titan Fighter being out and everything. Or being released in the last patch. So I'm trying to fit 5 levels of Tower Shield Specialist into a lot of these builds. Even though it's fairly suboptimal. I don't know if Owlcat would work under Wizards of the Coast. They might. Alright, don't need to do any transmogging yet. Here's old Joran Vane. Alright, I think he has a hand axe. Yeah, Roaring Hand Axe. I was actually considering just using this one if I did the Herald of the Horn. And just use a Greater Magic Weapon on this throughout the entire run. It's only 1 sonic damage, so it's probably not worth it. But I do need a hand axe. At the very least, a masterwork hand axe. We'll probably come back and buy this later when we have more money. That's so expensive. It's such a niche effect. Oh yeah, I could just use Finian, couldn't I? I'm on my way to go get him right now, too. Is there anything else I need to buy? Maybe a short bow? There is a unique short bow you find in Act 1, but I want to get to that point first. We do find a +1 shield. Is it a +2 shield you find after the Vrolikai fight? Not Vrolikai. Brock. It's hard to give up Marching Terror. I get to select his 3rd level. Can't use this yet. Sorry, we'll make it work.
As it should be.
When there's a will, there's a way.
Not far. I'll go ahead. I know what to do.
Alright, let's get out of here.
I know the way.
Alright, so we're gonna get to the Thiefling hideout first. Grab Finian as soon as we can. We're gonna ignore all of these until all the optional all the timed objectives are done. So ignore all optional objectives until we knock out the important stuff. Someone's letting off fireworks outside.
Can we retreat already?
Get him, Bruce. I'm not sure what I'm gonna name the lizard yet.
Take you. I'm done with you.
It was the Hippogriff. That is annoying. You guys hear that? This is how fireworks. I mean, it is Friday night.
Make every strike count.
Follow my lead.
Alright, we're not getting pedantic. Let me look at this real quick. I'm gonna do some adjustments here. I'm supposed to be enlarged. I'm gonna stick with Marching Terror for right now, actually. I just spent money. Marching Terror is just so good at this stage of the game. I guess I don't need to use... It's still +9, so we're not losing anything by having that equipped. I just want weapon focus so we can get Dazzling Display.
As it should be.
Let's level up Bruce here. What do I want to do with him, though? I'm thinking Daredevil. I mean, Aggressor, I think, makes sense, too, but Daredevil fits with the Monk Tandem Executioner theme. Death Touch doesn't make any sense here. Racer, maybe? I mean... When you think of Monitor Lizard, you think of like a really fast, like, running lizard, right? Get multi-attack, too. What do you guys think? Daredevil or Racer? I'm thinking Racer. Because you get fast movement. From level 1 on, while a racer is wearing no armor and carrying a light load, its speed is increased by 10 feet. From 6 on, it's increased by 20 feet instead. You get evasion, of course, fast movement, multi-attack, and improved evasion. Alright, Daredevil. Yeah. Also makes sense for the laser charge as well. Uh-oh. Why does snapshot archer matter? I'm not going to mount land on the lizard. It only goes up to medium anyway. I could legendary proportions it, but he's never going to ride it. Let's see. I mean, Daredevil is my first. Instinct. This one says providing masters with swift transports. Let's do Daredevil. Athletics, mobility. That's really all he needs, right? He is more dexterity focused right now. That's going to kind of shift at level 7. But maybe toughness? I don't know. Does it make him tanky? Could give him barding, but we're gonna have other companions too. Well, I don't know. Some reptiles can move pretty quick. I think Racer does. Well, we get multi-attack. Neither one really enhances his bite. What do I want here? I can just do power attack. I'm sure the toughness is worth it. I wouldn't mind giving him barding. You have to get light barding to get medium barding to get heavy barding. But I know it's usually recommended to go the he's not going to be tanking for us directly. He's going to flank and charge. I hate wasting feats on this. I'm actually split. I don't know how to level up my animal companion. Oh, what to do, what to do. Dispel focus. Yeah, gaze attacks don't come up that frequently in this game, though. It's not like Kingmaker. Die Hard actually isn't terrible on an animal companion. Because usually I don't like Die Hard because by the time you're at that point, if you're still standing, you're probably going to die. You kind of want your companions to drop because oftentimes the enemies will change targets when that happens. Not all the time, but most of the time. With animal companions, though, if they die, you just rest and they come back. So Die Hard's not terrible. You could just do dodge as well. I would do weapon focus if it was available as a option, but it's not. Wait, what's going on here? I see other... Did I just see another option somewhere down here? There's weapon finesse. Yeah, because it requires BAB1, and we don't technically have that yet. Yeah, the Nabasu and then the Retrievers. Is that it? Alright, Die Hard, fine. We'll get Die Hard. Name for Bruce. I mean, I guess that's kind of Oh, it's a good birthday for Bruce. Brucey boy. Call him Bruce. Lamash too, right? I think that's fine. And on the 1st. Good old Brucey boy and Die Hard. Our weapon focus bite. Can't go wrong with that. I don't think it completely overtakes it, right? Because it goes from, this goes down to 17. I guess it is at 17.
Doubt is the heart's greatest challenge.
Alright, don't need that. Animal aspect, what do we got? Okay, so we increase constitution, we'll probably just stick with the strength. So yeah, you're right. I forgot that we had this. Falcon, plus 4 competence bonus and perception checks. That's actually not bad for exploring. Then swap to this in combat. This is actually pretty useful. So, oh hey, we don't have, you know, this skill covered. Just make your animal companion take care of it. Then you can get evasion and improved evasion. So that's kind of redundant, because we get evasion through a... It's not the class, the animal, I guess the animal class, whatever it's called. More speed. I might go with the dexterity for right now, though, just make him a little tankier.
That is not
Alright, so
far.
that took much longer than it should have, trying to decide on a feat for my...
Where else would I be?
A feat and a background for my animal companion. Old Brucey boy. I really want a bear animal companion. I think, I do plan on doing another playthrough of Kingmaker at some point in the future. And I'll be playing as a druid. And I'll be bringing a bear along.
I'll go ahead. I know the way.
So right now we have Land's Animal Companion. We'll get Sealess Horse. I think we'll use Obrig in this playthrough as well, so we technically have him. Main character, we'll get Ivu. We can give somebody... We'll probably give Obrig Bismuth. Is there a ranger? Well, no. What do I want to do for a Rushalai? So we're going to use her, obviously, as a Azata and Desna Worshipper.
Follow my lead.
No, Kingmaker didn't have it by default. It was the 2.0 patch that brought the turn-based to the game. There was a mod, a really popular mod that gave Kingmaker turn-based, but it wasn't there by default initially. But they did eventually add it.
As it should be.
Now, what is that?
Is anyone there?
Get ourselves a pipe fox. The pipe fox provides a +3 insight bonus on knowledge arcana and +2 insight bonus on perception skill checks.
Don't mind me.
I can hear your footsteps.
So of course, Wolf's animal companion will be the blade from Bladebound.
Hello? Is
My
anyone
tail
there?
is restless.
Please get me out of here.
No mistakes.
Rely on me.
I heed the voice of the spirits.
Pull me out. Hello?
Where'd the other O's land?
Always be ready for the worst.
Hello? Is anyone there? Please, get me out of here. I can hear your footsteps.
What do we have here?
Hello? Hello? Is anyone there? Please get me out of here. Free at last. I thought I'd be flattened like a pancake under that rubble. Much obliged. Damn, I'm not in any pain, but my head is still foggy for some reason. What's with all the hubbub in the city? The name's Finian. I'm a Pathfinder. If there's anything I can do to help, I will.
You're a Pathfinder.
That's right, Finian Dismar, Pathfinder and Crusader. I roam around the world wound wherever my tasks lead me. Scouting, mostly. But this last while, I've just been hanging around in Canabras, waiting until I'm needed again. I'm bored out of my mind, but at least this shop makes for better lodging than some inn.
What I meant was, what are you?
What's that supposed to mean? I just told you. You want to know where I hail from, is that it? Well, I'm from around here, actually. We Kelets of the Star Eye clan fled when the World Wound troubles began. But I couldn't stand by while the demons wreaked havoc, so I came back.
I'd argue that Hylor is the saddest character in the game.
Or did you mean to ask about my weapon of choice? My best weapon is every weapon. I'm a skilled and capable fellow, if I do say so myself. I can swing a sword and poke with a spear, but what I am best at is communing with the spirits. They call folks like me Phantom Blades.
Finian can have a happy ending. Hylor, I don't think he gets a happy ending. A Phantom Blade? What's that?
It's like a spiritualist, but with a twist. It means that some spirit took a liking to me at some point, and it can turn into whatever weapon I need. Handy, eh? I don't need any whetstones or enchantments. Doesn't take up space either. Although, to be fair, it's not a barrel of laughs. The spirits that bestow this kind of power don't come from happy places, and they're not exactly bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. They usually appear after great battles that leave few survivors.
The city's under attack by the demons.
Wait, what? The last thing I saw was some thieves breaking in here. And then the guards came, everyone was running around. After that, it's a bit of a blur. Right when things got intense, they dropped the cabinet on me. I couldn't even help the owner. I was just lying under the shelves like a dimwit until you came along. If there are demons in Canabras, we must do something about it. The city needs every blade it can get. Hey, do you mind taking me with you? I don't think I can handle this alone. And besides, the more the merrier.
How did you end up in this shop?
I've been waiting here so long, I don't even remember anymore. Just sitting and waiting for any word from the Pathfinders, but it looks like everyone has forgotten about me. The shop owner is an old friend of the Pathfinders, so I've taken up residence here.
Alright, I'll take you with me.
I swear you won't regret it. I can do all sorts of things. Is there anything your party is missing? A sword, a spear, a bow? Just say the word.
Say the word. Yeah, maybe not. I'm gonna stick with the Marching Terror for now. And someone else will get that. Actually, this might still be better on Woljif for the shield spell. And instead, we might give this to Finny or to Woljif.
That is not far.
Forget it.
Alright, I need to not waste time.
Well, this didn't go...
Because we are on a time limit.
Well, this didn't go...
What is going on
well.
here? Bested by 1.
Thanks, Lan. You're so awesome, Lan.
And they also volunteered for that.
This is my kind of work.
I'll go ahead. I know the way.
Yeah, but High Lord didn't have any say in his fate. I think he's the most tragic character in the game. Well, maybe not I don't know, yeah, I'd say he's probably one of the more tragic figures in the game. Off the top of my head. I think it's a Melrune, right? Yeah, get him, dragon. You get the wrong guy, but get him anyway. Aw, come on, really? I feel like I haven't succeeded this check in so long. Yeah, he's hunting the Spinner of Nightmares. He's the Pathfinder guy that you can recruit mercenaries from.
Follow my lead.
Now, what is that?
Pretty good, aren't I?
What do we have here?
Oops, didn't do all that. And then even the end of his quest, you only have... You can... I don't really want to spoil anything in case it's the someone's first playthrough of the game. But there's not really a happy ending to it. There's blissful ignorance. Not a happy ending.
As it should be.
Actually, what does he have equipped? +2. A downgrade. I'm just gonna sell that.
That is not far.
Oh yeah, he has Arcane Protector, doesn't he? No, Attrition Dagger. I mean, that's really good. It's just on hit, it deals 1 Constitution ability damage. It's expensive though. Definitely worth it. Also, I'm thinking about it real quick. Let's scribe some spells. Forgot to put our stuff in these slots as well. Well, we haven't rested since we leveled up. So Winter's Grasp, this is essentially Icy Grease. Pretty cool that we have that. A Bark Skin's also good, it lasts a long time. It actually has a lot of good options for this stage of the game. Oh, do Bark Skin. Well, I mean, his mind was broken by what transpired. So I don't think it's fair to call him just nuts.
Psst, look, Chief, I got something to show you. Ta-da! A real beaut, isn't it?
Take care, Matthew. So you did betray the Thieflings.
Oof, that cuts me deep, Chief. You and I saw who the traitor was. It's just that when we robbed the shop, I went in first and took what I wanted. Nothing wrong with that. Although, of course, I did think about hiding the moon and just taking myself off somewhere warm when all this blows over. But only because I want to see the world. Is it a crime to want to travel? Huh? Is that what counts for treachery these days?
Did he really have the amulet this whole time?
Since that night, Chief, Melround didn't even set eyes on it. While he was dealing with the golem, I sneaked past them, and that was that.
Did I say take care, Matthew? If not, take care, Matthew. Remind me, why is this item so important?
Do you really not remember it? Oh, I thought you would appreciate it. It's from the old man Fileman, the owner of the Ancient Trees and Wonders shop. It's the pride of his collection. The Moon of the Abyss, an amulet with a rare crystal crafted by an unknown maker. When I think of how much this thing is worth, it makes my head spin.
You've been searched by guards. How did you manage to hide the amulet?
Thieves have their ways.
Why didn't you give the amulet to Charisme right away?
What? So she would slay me right away, you mean? You saw how antsy she was over Canabras and all this. So I did it. I took the Moon of the Abyss. But I didn't go to Erebeth, and Big Sister wouldn't hear my explanations. She doesn't have the time. I even thought I'd hide the moon somewhere, and then when all the noise had died down, I'd go get it and make a run for it. I'm sick of the Thieflings, and they never appreciated me anyway.
Well, why did you steal the Moon of the Abyss? You wouldn't have been able to sell an item so rare anyway. Excuse me.
Why, he asks? It's expensive, pretty. And you know, it's my amulet, actually. Not meaning I stole it, but I mean, this is my inheritance. My grandma and I were poor. All we had was a jewelry box with the moon in it. She used to store it under the floor in the basement, and she'd take it out sometimes just to look at it. She was always nicer when she had a few drinks in her, so I could ask her things then. One time I asked where she got it from, and she said it was from a demon. You know, the demon who was my grandfather. He said the moon was to be passed down. My mom was good for nothing and nobody, so that's why Grandma decided to keep the amulet for me. She used to say it would be mine when I grew up. But she couldn't wait until I grew up. She squandered my inheritance when she became a drunk. Took it to Fileman's shop and pawned it. He gave her some coppers for it, and she didn't even haggle. Just grabbed them and ran back to the tavern before last orders. I've been going to Fileman's to look at the moon ever since I was a kid. He chased me away, but I just kept going back, so eventually he gave up. He didn't skimp on security. The place was like a fortress, so he wasn't worried about a street rat like me pinching anything. Even when I got more skilled, I couldn't get any closer to it. One day, I had no one to go with. Another day, there were only oafs who'd never stolen anything more than a church donation box. But when Charisme had planned everything out, I realized I had a chance to get the moon and move away from here. Maybe to Garen. I hear it's warmer there. I've stayed with the family for too long.
Yeah, shrug. It's your business, not mine.
Allies, friends, it's all a load of crap. Life brings us together, forces us to make plans, do whatever it is we do, but it's a safe bet that this ain't forever. I might be a traitor, but the others,
stay in the friend option, not that one.
Me? Melround had a good reputation in the family. He was trusted, and you see what happened. If you abide by the law, anyone can rob you. So you need to break the law first when no one expects it, and run before you go soft and get too attached. Whatever you think, I owe you. I'm not just a thief. I have my own business selling things. Thanks to you, I'm still in the family, and we have the black market sewn up in this city. It's a good way to sell valuables. So, if you need anything, a scroll or something, just say the word. I have a little portal to our people in Nerosian. You put a note there, and you get what you need. I can't get you anything big, but what they do have is all high quality. Nothing's too good for you, Chief. What's mine is yours. For a price, of course.
Oh, this is the first Sawtooth Saber in the campaign. Interesting.
I'll go ahead.
Oh yeah, that's an absolute steal.
Our victory is certain.
Cover me, all right?
Is there another enemy or is it just this guy? You really should have brought friends, buddy. Not sure what he was thinking. The guy that tried to interrupt our sleep before. He showed up by himself. We had all the mongrels and Nevi and Horgus with us.
This is my kind of work.
Yeah, I'm a Skald. So I'm a little heroic. I'm not gonna just steal from people.
They will break against our resolve.
Why not both?
Well, good job, Camellia.
Distract them from me.
As soon as we can attack, this will be over pretty quick.
Let's try this way.
There we go. They got one hit in, doing 2 damage.
I know the way.
Betches really living up to their name. Not doing a whole lot. Aw, there's a dog here. Rough part of town to be in, buddy.
No mistakes.
Who, me?
I am prepared.
You've crossed the wrong
Do not
mark.
fear. Do not waver. No glory without
You won't
risk.
survive me. Endure this!
Okay, what is happening? The spirits demand your blood!
Let's take care of this real quick so we can get down to this other guy. Lan, take care of
Make
him,
every
please.
strike count.
The inheritor. Ride my blade.
I keep forgetting that I have that Celestial Resistance, so the Acid Splash these guys are casting doesn't do a whole lot. Yeah, it's immune to prone.
Follow my lead.
Which gives me an idea. Now, as far as animal companions go, I think for some of my companions, I might just do a familiar. So like Ember, I'm not going to multi-class her. But she already has a crow familiar, so I don't really need to.
This is my kind of work.
As it should be.
So we could just go through the market square and knock out all the time-sensitive stuff, but the market square is also time-sensitive because all the stuff outside of the buildings changes.
That is not far.
We'll make this quick. She won't feel a thing.
I don't know. Can we really do this?
Listen, we don't have a choice. There are demons everywhere. What else would you have us do?
In Iomede's name, we're sorry, girl, but it is our duty. We have to do this, not for our own sake, but for the sake of everyone who can still be saved from the demons. If we don't win this battle, you won't have long to live anyway.
They're insane. We've got to do something.
I understand. You're scared. You feel powerless. You think this will help. You don't have to justify yourselves to me. Just do what you've decided to do.
What's going on here?
We... Our weapons barely scratch the demon's hides. We're sacrificing this girl to Iomade so we can consecrate our weapons with her innocent blood and gain the power to destroy the spawn of the abyss.
Oh, that's one choice to not interfere.
It's extreme, but we have no other choice. We have to defend this city somehow, or else we'll all perish, including her.
Alright, sheath your weapons and step away from her. Or else.
Whoa, no need for that.
Please, don't fight. All of you are good
Well,
people.
that's subjective.
Defenders of the city. Please don't hurt them. They just made a mistake. They're gone. And they all lived. I was sure that someone would die today. So many people have died here already. But we are still alive for some reason. Strange, isn't it? But you shouldn't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just a silly girl, really.
Who are you?
Call me Ember. I live here, on the streets, for many years now. But there's nothing to say about me.
I don't think you're an ordinary girl. That crow you have there, it's not ordinary either.
No, don't be silly. I'm very ordinary. Well, I know different types of tricks, but Soot taught me those. Now Soot here, she truly is unusual. She's clever and she can talk, but only to me. She teaches me magic tricks and lots of other stuff. I don't know what I'd do without her.
Magic tricks, you say? You could prove useful in fighting the demons, and I'll be able to protect you from the insane soldiers on the streets. Come with me.
I must have misheard. This girl? Join our party? What could we possibly want with this dirty little beggar?
Sure, let's go.
Alright, welcome to the party, Ember.
wonder
Let's
why.
clear up your skill bar.
I'll go ahead.
Which house is this?
We will be
The
victorious.
Swarm House. Son of a gun.
This will hurt.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Time to share your treasures!
You are today's sacrifice!
Surrender or else!
I am wounded.
You won't survive me.
This'll leave a bruise.
Cover me, alright?
This was not part of the plan. This was not part of the plan.
Fighting, go for their hearts!
This was not part of the
Fighting!
plan.
Don't worry about me.
Oh man, that's close. Well, I think that's a demonstration of Ember herself. She manages to talk down most people, so I think that's a not a trope, but it's in line with Ember's interactions with most people throughout the game.
I know what to do.
Rely on me.
All right, we need to do some healing real quick.
Matricium Turinos. Matricium Turinos. Matricium Turinos. Matricium Turinos.
This war must end.
Yes, Axel. Yes.
I know the way.
Pretty good, aren't I? This is my kind of work.
Alright, hide armor +1. Who would benefit the most from that? Maybe my main character? Yeah, and it looks pretty cool in a Skald.
Follow my lead.
Did I fail?
Now reload that.
I did it. It happens sometimes.
Yeah, that's why in my Gold Dragon run, she's using enchantment spells instead. Because elves get the specific feat that gives them, I think, a +1 DC to enchantment spells. Which makes a really good enchanter.
Cover me, alright?
I'll surrender.
Stab you or zap you. Why not both?
The spirits demand your blood.
How can I?
Apologies.
There we go, that's weird. She doesn't have to blast people with Hellfire Ray.
I know the way. I know what to do.
You've crossed the wrong line.
friends.
Did you see that?
Distract them from me.
The world in crimson. You.
A calculated risk.
Alright, get him, Bruce. I don't want to run too far away. I don't want to start another fight. That might be okay, because I think Crusaders are up here to help fight. Or over here.
You are today's sacrifice.
Endure this.
Go for their hearts.
They were there to help, and then they got destroyed.
Wide open.
Alright, don't let him cast. That's alright.
Follow my lead.
Oh, they got back up. Kind of, but they stay down because all the Crusaders drop health potions.
As it should be.
Might be trap, might be treasure.
Alright, I was looking for the perception check up here.
That is not far.
Got exactly where it's at. But I found it, so that's all that matters.
Yet another obstacle.
This should do it.
Make every strike count. The mongrel bitter.
Alright, building bridges. That's what we do. Could go across here. Not be worth it yet.
Can we retreat already?
You won't stop us.
The spirits demand your blood. You are today's sacrifice.
Alright, good job, team.
I'll go ahead.
Alright, I think I'm going to wrap up the stream here. We didn't knock out as much as I would have liked, but there was a lot of voice acting to get through. And also was undecided on feats and backgrounds for Bruce, but we did succeed and made decisions. So Next time we'll finish up the Market Square, at least to the best of our ability, and then make it to the Blackwing Library and the Tower of Estrad. I like to knock out all 3 of these areas in the next stream, and set up for the defense of the Defender's Heart. But either way for now, hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream, stay safe, stay classy, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. That being tomorrow. Remember, I should be able to stream all this week, so all the way through next Sunday. Ideally. Unless something comes up, but as of right now,